What's up, guys? The next update. This is a follow up to my previous video, the launch video. Unfortunately, my launch didn't go exactly as I planned. It kind of failed. The ads, I launched it, it didn't really work, and it's just been like messing with my mind and trying to figure out how to move forward. So, there's a lot of updates, mini updates, and a lot of lessons. And actually, the biggest thing that's been holding me back has been a mental block, and it's a big mental block. I think it's something that I've carried with me for many years now, and it's finally coming to the point where I'm like, okay, this needs to break. So I'm gonna cover all the lessons and the ideas that I feel that are helping me, so that maybe if you're in this stage, you can help. It can help you as well. I want to show you one thing before I move on into the video, which is that in the last video I showed you a sample of the product itself and how the neck label was missing. So this is the pretty much the only good news in this video, is that I got the sample in this. You can see the neck label is there, and it kind of like shows the reading there. You can see that. So the product looks good. Even the print, this is the replacement I got. The print looks good. The product, like the quality itself, everything is really nice. I'm very happy with it. For the price, for the details, for the brand, everything, I'm okay with it. So I don't think the product itself has any issues at this point. For this stage, like starting out, this is okay. It's just like getting sales and moving. So what happened was I launched the ad, I think, on September 4th. The night I launched it, literally, the tax laws changed, the GST percentages for my product bracket changed, and I was planning to increase the product price again, but it's like, if I launched then, I would have like 2 weeks of billing and sales in the old price and the 2 weeks of billing in the new price. Luckily, I didn't get any sales, so there's no issues, and I can just adjust and like get a clean record. But I spent ads. I spent like for like 7 days almost, or like 4 days, I think, the first time, and there were no sales. And it's so weird for the budget and the amount of improvement I had made on the website. Not getting any sales was very weird, and it started like messing with my mind. And all I got were like two sales, which were both fraud, like fraudulent orders. One was from like a previous guy who had placed a fraud order before, way back like a year ago when I tried. And the other one was this some random guy placed an order for 50 units of like one T-shirt. It was like 100,000 like rupees of an order. So I felt like, I don't know, maybe somebody saw the site, they didn't lick it. They're like, he's not all that. Like, it's like an envy attack or something, or like just I don't know. It just feels weird. It felt very like spiritually like blocking me, like spiritual warfare or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to go too much into that, but it feels like that. I just wanted to be like a businessman, like rational, logical, but it doesn't feel like that, because to my like knowledge, it's like, bro, I did everything. The ads were good, the creatives were good, better than I've ever done it. The website, everything better than I've ever done it, and it still didn't work. It still just like had all these weird things. And as soon as it happened, I heard this inner voice just saying like, shut it off, put your artworks, get visible with your art and your gifts, and start posting reels. And I heard this inner voice. It was like immediate. As soon as I saw the ads didn't work on the fourth day, because I had spent enough budget, and it goes against all my past experience and knowledge, like what the data I'm getting. I'm like, this makes no sense. And so I'm like, I heard this inner voice, and from there, like my mood and just my energy started dipping, because I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like, I finally thought I struck gold, and it didn't happen. And I ignored my heart's voice, and I took a second attempt with the ads with increased budget. Like, I spent like another 3-4 thousand from my capital. And you have to remember, like, my capital is depleting. I have limited capital and it's depleting, and I spent that, and it just didn't work either. And again, like, it just makes no sense to me. My business logic, again, it just doesn't add up. And I was like, what do I do now? Do I like create like an OTP verification system and run with the cash on delivery? But again, my ads are going to keep running out, because the product price itself is higher, so the ad budget I need is also higher, and I don't have that much money. So this is a big problem. And the second issue is that I can run it like using OTP or maybe prepaid only, but then in prepaid only, like I don't get as many sales, and so the ad cost will go up even more. Then I was like, I'll post on like X, like try to get organic sales with written like posts every day on Twitter, and just leave the link in bio. And then like it's also so slow. So all these like logical, rational moves that I considered were just like unfeasible. And then I'm like, oh my god, I have to do this like inner voice, what it's saying, which is like start posting reels, because uh, like it doesn't make sense to me, but short form content is the like biggest way, fastest way of growing, right? Like, so it actually does have a logical thing. It just goes against my strategy, because I had tried YouTube, here, and it's long form and it's not growing and it's slow and it takes a long time. And X also is very slow, very tough to grow, especially from the starting. And written post really doesn't have that much value like compared to video and stuff, right? So there's all these like social media growth strategies that are like adding up, like it's like post reels, but it just goes against my like plan, which was like just run ads, grow the brand, and then like go vocal talk stuff. Like I don't want to talk before I get all my results, right? And this block that I'm having, it's like this is what you call in the hero's journey, the stage 15, which is it's called the crossing of the return threshold, right? Where this is where after I have achieved like my entire path, I have become the hero of my story, I have achieved all the spiritual lessons and all the puzzles. I now have to give back to the community, and that's why I started this YouTube channel, right? It's like giving back the lessons. Obviously, it's I like my selfish motive is also like personal brand and business, but there is that element of like giving back all the lessons I have, and that's why I started posting on X. It is there, but originally I had started on Instagram. That's where I first started it, and I started posting it, and the only people that followed me there were all the people I once knew from like high school and like maybe university or something random. Just people I haven't seen in like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years and stuff. But it's just that's the community of followers I had there, right? And initially everybody was like, "Oh, this is amazing," and "This is amazing," like, "Oh, like give me some advice," and blah 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 blah. But then you start seeing all these weird reactions from people. It's like suddenly I'm arrogant now, he's an asshole, he's this, and then there's envy and there's hate, and then everybody's ignoring. It's like as the posts get better, as the content gets better, as my confidence grows, it's like more hate, more ignoring. It's like I used to get 50 likes on a post, then it became 15 likes, then it became 10, then it became like 2. And the only people that like my post now are strangers, are random people that I've never met, that I've never known, or people that I met who's new. So they're not attached to this like old person. It's like, oh, they don't feel like left behind or stagnant, or they don't have, it's like this person in my head has to be this. Like Kevin is this person, he was a loser, so he still deserves to be a loser, he needs to be a loser. And him not being a loser anymore, it's like a reminder of my own like stagnation or my own self-worth and stuff. And it's just, it's not true, none of this is true, but this is how like as humans we feel. Like suddenly somebody takes off and it's natural, right? It's just that I am on the receiving end of it, and there's like 300 people giving it to me, so I'm getting like that. And so that hate, that like ignoring, that like, and these are many of these people initially supported me when I first started my journey. Like when I started my brand, I started in Dubai, right? And it was cool to support me and my brand, so a lot of people did, a lot of people bought like my products or whatever. And now like I actually achieved, like I became like an artist and like success, like I'm being the thing that I wanted, and now they're hating on me and they're like trying to tear me down. So it like really fucks with your head. It really like angers you and like makes you resentful and like annoying, and you have to kind of take it like lightly, but just see it for what it is and just like do your thing. But it can really take a toll on you, not just like how you operate in terms of strategy, like, oh, I don't want to do the content anymore, but also like the resentment part. But setting the resentment part aside, it's like I still have to give back the knowledge and the content in the community. I just don't have to do it for them. This is my story, it's my journey, and this is like my hero's journey. And the people that who need the information are gonna be the people that are like strangers, they'll help. And as soon as I start like posting content and I have like 10, 20, 30,000 followers or whatever, once the social proof is coming, all these people are going to be like, oh, I knew you would make it in this and blah blah blah, all that like fake stuff is going to be there. And so that's also annoying. It's like none of the people want, the people who like watch your stories all the time but don't like any post, like these people are literally wishing like on my downfall and like wishing ill on me. And I know that, it's like, and then they'll act like it's not there. So there's all these like ugly human nature sides that like if you deal with, and it's unfortunate, but that's the thing. And it's like, this is the stage 15 of the hero's journey. It is like, I'll show you the monomyth later, but it's like I started my journey because of my heroes posting content, like Gary Vee mainly. He's the main reason, Gary Vaynerchuk. But then also like Patrick Bet-David and like Grant Cardone and so many other people, right? Like Conor McGregor, and all of these people are visible. They're out on the stage and they're taking the risk of getting the hate so that they can continue inspiring people. And so now I have to start doing that. I have to help the people who are in the beginning stage, like who haven't found the answers, who are looking for that confidence boost to go, right? So this is part of like my responsibility and duty to do this thing. And this is exactly what Joseph Campbell talks about in the hero's journey. So it's weird because when I started on YouTube also, people were like all these negative comments, and they're like everybody's arguing against their beliefs. Like I put a video on purpose and some guy was like, there's no purpose to life, just leave it. And like we had like a back and forth. And on Twitter it's like, if I don't show my proof of record, like my artworks, and then I post advice, people are like, but you haven't done anything. The thing is, they don't know I have done something because I haven't shown it. I'm keeping it hidden. So they're like, who are you to give advice, right? So there has to be that proof of record, like work to have authority. And so I can't keep my art and like gifts visible, like hidden. I have to be visible, and then I have to give advice. And it's very difficult to like, because I'm deep in the journey. So anybody in my like depth of the journey will understand me. But everybody who's in the beginner stage will just be like, you're arrogant, you're like, who do you think you are? It's like this, your beliefs are like coinciding with them. And especially it's worse when the person is somebody who used to know you, because you're like outgrown so much, right? And high school people hating on you, it's just like part of the process. And you can't like let that like hate stop you. And I keep thinking about all the stuff that I saw. It's like Alex Hormozy talking about the same things. It's like when he finally kind of achieved it, the middle chapter, the lonely chapter where I am right now, this is where everybody hates on you. And like this is where you cannot bend down to their hate. And it's not just the old people I knew, like even when I was in the previous city, there was so many like jealous people just like trying to just like, they want you to like not do anything in your life because they are not doing it in their life. And it's insane. It's like really freaking insane and weird. But just like this stinky insecurity is there with so many people that just want to like attack you and do like this, just spout hate, and it's like, it only comes because these people are so like hating themselves, and I understand it. And they need me more than I need them. Like I am fine, I'm okay. Like the information and the advice or the help, like the love they need is like, they need it more than me. So it's all weird. And I like started just like realizing that over the past many months, I have been holding myself back because of this thing called the fear of being seen and the fear of success, right? It's like, I'll make another video on this completely called self-sabotage stuff, but because it's so many different concepts and it's linking, but it's like, I have a fear of being seen, which is kind of the fear of success. So it's like, if I become success, I'll be seen, and a lot of people will be judging, criticizing my work. they'll be misunderstanding me. Like I'm a nice guy, but they'll think I'm an asshole, or I'm like living a boring lifestyle, but they think I'm like partying all the time. I'm not hardworking, or they'll think that I got lucky, or all these like, or they'll think I'm a bad person because I'm just like so successful, and like people like when somebody's jealous of you, they just want to say you're a bad person. So there's all these different things, right? And me wanting to be liked or understood and all these things is not possible. Like hundreds of thousands of people are gonna be seeing my stuff, and they're all gonna perceive me in a different way. Some people are gonna think I'm nice, some people are gonna see I'm an asshole, some people are gonna see this and all this stuff. And it's just not true, it's not realistic, because me explaining, me trying to be understood, me trying to be liked, me trying to get approval is just not gonna work. Like I saw this video of Gary Vee. He's like, dude, my parents don't even understand me fully. It's not possible for some stranger to understand you. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, that's so true. My family doesn't even know who I am fully. My mom, my dad, like everybody perceives you from their own lens, from their own expectations, from their own beliefs. So it's just not possible to be understood by another human, especially a random person. And especially if they already are like hell bent on hating you, and 20% of people apparently just will hate you no matter what. So, whatever, fuck those people, I guess. And the fear of being seen. So, this thing was like holding me back like crazy, because I kept like posting my artworks, then I'm like, nah, bro, like this is like all I'm gonna get is hate for this. Like, I don't want more hate. I just want to like live a quiet, peaceful life and just like blend in and just do my thing, and that stuff. But I came all this way to achieve this, like, and now I did it, and now what? I'm not supposed to enjoy it or like be recognized for it or appreciated for it. It's weird if I don't do that, right? And so I'm like, what the hell? This is like a big paradox. And I saw this thing of like this creator on Instagram. Her name is Margot Elise Miller. And she was talking about how old souls and you upfront all your karma. That's why your life is so rough leading up to the late 20s, early 30s, and how you have like a slow season before you blow up, and how you're gonna have this money block until you get visible with your gifts and use your throat chakra to like get loud and talk. And I heard all this, I'm like, what is all this new shit? I don't know. But when she said that money block, getting visible with your gifts, and throat chakra, instantly I tied it in my head as like the hero's journey, because I'm very like familiar with Joseph Campbell and hero's journey stuff, but I didn't know all this. And so when I heard that, I started seeing her content, and I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly it. It's like I have to start getting vocal, my throat chakra, and I have to get visible with the gifts, which is like the proof, the authority, and the money block, which is like crossing the return threshold. The hero gets the spiritual, and then he gets the material from the spiritual. It's all like making sense. So that's it for me now. It's just like this is the pivot I make. And Alex Hormozi says like you can only like do a couple of things, which is post content, run ads, or like do direct reach outs. Now I'm not going to go walking around trying to sell my t-shirt like one on one. I'm not going to be DMing people one by one by one. I tried running ads, it didn't work, and I'm running out of cash, so I can't risk that anymore. And the only other option is post content. And posting content, I have been doing long form. I tried Twitter. The only other logical, like reasonable explanation is to do it on Instagram for short form. And it's like annoying, because I'm like, I have to start again on a new platform. It's a new skill. I don't know. And it's also in the place where it's like all the people who follow me don't like me. So I'm like, like they're not going to like the post, and it's going to fuck my algo up. And like, there's this like, I disgust, almost like rage against these people. Like, I don't want to see any of these fucking people ever again. Like, fuck all of them. But I'm hoping like the algo kind of gets the content and helps me. But it's just this fear of being seen, and like fear of being hated and stuff. And it feels like I'm Spider-Man in like Homecoming or something, the movie. It's like he's this like big hero, and he's so afraid of the world seeing that he's a hero, so that like he comes home and then the news, like I think Jake Gyllenhaal exposes who he is, and the entire like world is like with the cameras and everything trying to look at who he is, and he's just like, oh my god, and that's what I am. It's like I'm broke, I'm not success yet, and I'm getting exposed and putting on the world stage right now, and it's like my worst nightmare, which is being famous without being like rich and like having the money to like deal with any issues. So I had this like limiting belief. It's like it's dangerous for me to be seen. It's not safe for me to be seen. It's not safe for me to be seen with my gifts, and because of this, it's like I was even uploading many of the YouTube videos privately. I was taking down my posts, archiving, unarchiving, and even when I would post the videos on YouTube, I would like pray or like secretly wish that like I don't blow up, that I don't go viral, that I don't get growth. And I've posted like 50, 60 videos now, and I only have like 9 subscribers. And in the initial like first 10 videos is when I got all of that. And ever since then, I have had no growth, no views, no nothing. And there's many reasons, like me not putting correct titles, thumbnails, and like inconsistent and all. But mainly it's because it's just like I'm archiving into private and putting it public and deleting videos, and like uploading 7 like videos in inconsistency and all that stuff. But it's all coming to my limiting beliefs, and that's the main thing here. It's just this mental block, and that's why it's like universe, god, or whatever is forcing me into this angle. Because it's like if the ad had worked, it's this, I wouldn't overcome this, I wouldn't like deal with this. And if I deal with this, then everything else falls into place, because my plan was like I'll hit like 20k rev, and then I'll start posting content, because then my life is good. But I have to be delusional, which is reverse the order. Like to manifest, you have to reverse the order, which is do what you would be doing if the reality had already been true. And so it's like I literally being forced to be delusional instead of being logical, and I don't want to do it. I'm like arguing with my mind, like don't, no, 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 this is not the right way, this is not the right way. But there's just no choice. You have to like listen to the heart and do what it says, and that's it. If you don't do it, you just lose. And I've been delaying so much time, and all it does, it's just like leading to inevitable defeat, because I'm losing money, my mood's dropping, my energy's dropping, I'm losing time, and ads are not working, I can't make it work. This is the only way out, and I'm not going through it. So yeah, I saw like a lot of these different things. It's like Ice Cube saying like never dim your light, and Luke Belmar saying like show your gifts so that you can glorify your father in heaven who gave you that. And like seeing the movie like Milka Singh, where he gets all this hate and then he finally gets the mentor when he proves himself. And I remember the time when I messaged Gary Vee, and I'm like, wait, what if Gary Vee sees my reels? And that's how like we connect and talk. And so this is the stage. It's like I just have to now reverse the order, start putting reels, even though it goes against like my business idea or whatever I had. It still is the right business move. It makes sense. It's just that I would have preferred to do this after I launched the brand up, got revenue, money, like a fully functioning business and like a stable life, and do it. But the universe doesn't take your route; it takes the path of least resistance, right? So this is the thing. And yeah, I'm just checking the notes if I covered everything. And yeah, and my past experience of like YouTube and Twitter kind of plays into this. The biggest thing I realize is like my self-sabotage, my identity, my beliefs. These are the things that are completely wrecking me, first thing. And second thing is like stop doing this like random things and hoping for a result. It's like get intentional with like the title, the thumbnail, like actually like understand the platforms and everything. And because what happened was like I became like amazing artist and found all this skill, but then I had never posted content on social media and all this, right? So this is like a completely new skill, a completely new thing, and it's humbling me. it's like a reality check. I'm starting everything from scratch. I'm like, oh my god, it's like I have no skill in this, so it's going to take a long time before I find skill. And that's why I was like, what the hell, I don't want to do this thing, you know, because I never get sales this way. But with short form content, like, because it's just 30-60 seconds, I can like really like compress the time frames of my trial and error, because I can make the hook really good with 3 seconds and just make a 30-second video that's really good, instead of like making a 40-minute video on YouTube where I'm scripting and doing everything. And because I didn't get the thumbnail, the title, and the first 30 seconds right, the entire video fails, because that is what's been happening on YouTube. So my past experience will help me here, and I have to be less artist and more entrepreneur. It's like more speed, not perfection. In art, it's the opposite, you know. And I'm a good artist, but now I have to sell my art, and so that's another skill. And it is not doing what I want, but doing what the market needs. It's like all these titles that I put that sound all poetic and cool is not going to get any reach. You know, it sounds nice. If I had 1 million followers, then it might work, but it doesn't work now. So this past 2 years, man, like this just like has been really hard. It's like every time I try something. First it was like YouTube on like the brands channel, then Instagram on the brands channel, then it became personal brand on X, then it became YouTube personal brand, then it's just then ads. It's so many like going here, there. Every time I think I finally like I found the gold, it's just like fail. And it's just been like 2 years almost of this shit. And I'm tired of this shit. I'm really tired of it. And this feels more like it is darkest before dawn, because the fear, the paralyzing doubts and anxieties. And before I felt like at least I was able to do something and there was some progress, where here it's just like dead, slow, nothing is happening. And it's just like me in this isolation, in this prison. And only person who can free me from this prison is me, because I know how to walk out. The door is there, which is posting content or whatever, but I won't do it because of my fear of being seen. And so I'm stuck in the prison, and like it's this loop. So yeah, I just want to show you a couple of things, two images, but like it says, they say like it is darkest before dawn, but when it rains it pours. So I'm really hoping now, like when it rains it pours. And it's like the parting the Red Sea analogy that Peter Kell used to say. It's just like God says, put the staff there, and then the Red Sea will part open, and He'll show you His miracles. But you have to have the faith of planting it there. And for me, I thought it was launching the brand and then like posting the ads, but now it's like this. And I'm hoping with this it's done, and then like it's not like after I start posting this, my heart is like, bro, now you need to do ads again. I hope it's not that, but yeah, it's just I'm gonna stick with Reels now. And with the thing with Reels is I can post it on like other platforms also, like on YouTube and TikTok. Or in India, TikTok is banned, so that's a bit of an issue. But Facebook and like X, I can post multiple platforms, just one video, right? So that's a good use, and I can make like good use of all the experience I have. And this is basically the monomyth that I always refer to in my videos. It's 1 second. Yeah. So here you can see that this is the hero at the starting of the journey. I went all this. This was like 2019. Here, Threshold Guardian, all this stuff, right? And I'm here, literally over here now, returning. And when you return, you can. This is the hero's journey on like Wikipedia. You can see there's all these stages, right? Departure, initiation, return, and the return has many different sections. And here I am with the crossing of the return threshold, stage 15. I believe this is where I am, you know, and in my own story, in my own hero's journey, right? And so in this, what he says is, Campbell says in The Hero with the Thousand Faces, the returning hero is to complete his adventure must survive the impact of the world. The goal of the return is to retain the wisdom gained in the quest and to integrate it into society. Campbell writes, many failures attest to the difficulties of this thing. The hero has to accept, like, real after an experience of the soul satisfying vision, the ups and downs of life. Ever since I came here, I've been feeling like, man, what is this? I'm just doing chores all day, taking care of my grandparents. I'm just washing the dishes. Like, I'm a bus boy. Full time, I'm cleaning the house, doing this for my grandparents. I'm taking care of them, and like just doing chores and like grocery, like all this stuff that is taking me away from my work. And the other thing is like the reactions of the people to my content, my success and art. And it's like I look like an idiot, the poet and the prophet, which is I'm a poet, and so I look like an idiot before others, and the people are like always like sending me DMs like, bro, what do you want, bro? Are you on some pills? Are you crazy? What are you talking about? Man's on something. Like, people are having all these weird opinions, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening, bro? Why is everybody going like weird about this? And the easy thing is to commit the whole community to the devil and retire again into bliss, which I have done. I'll just like post some stories, people will show some weird reaction. I'm like, fuck this. I'll leave the content, I'll just come back to my life and chill. And that's what was happening mainly with Instagram, but it also kind of happens with the other platforms, but not so much, because there was no hate there. There was just maybe my lack of consistency and my weird beliefs. And then it's like, if some spiritual obstetrician has drawn the Shimenawa across the retreat, then the work of distilling eternal truth cannot be avoided. And so that's what I have to do now. I have to share all the lessons that I have. And so in the next stage, which is like for a human hero, it may mean achieving a balance between the material and the spiritual. So he finally gets the spiritual success, right? And that's it. Like, this is the money block. Like, until you use your throat chakra or like you get visible with your gifts and you show the lessons, you won't get the material success. So you kind of have to like give the complete thing. And this is the here. And I'm so close. Like, I know I am so close. So if you're on the journey, refer to this and kind of like refer to this. Like, for me here, the mentor was actually, I think it was here. When I went for Gary Vee's conference in 2019, and then there was all these things. This is where I had my injury, the big like injury, and when I found like my art and I realized who I am, I'm an artist and all this. So that's the process, and every single person who follows their dreams, that follows their delusion, goes through this. And Joseph Campbell, the philosopher, writer who made this thing, this is what all movies and stuff are based on. But this stuff is true in your real life also. If you are the hero of your story, this stuff is true. So, and then there's this thing. This is like what I feel like. I literally, yesterday I was like, man, I feel like giving up, bro. Like, I'm so done. I don't have the fight in me anymore. I feel like just like giving up. But I have no choice. Like, I've never done anything else. This is all I know. So for me, like, the only other option is death. Literally, that's the only other option to me. And I've always believed like I'm here, and I kept digging. And so I never knew, like, I always believed here the gold would be here, and then I dug more, and then I believed the gold would be here. But now I believe it's like this, and I know that the barrier is this thin, but I don't want to dig anymore. It's weird. Before, I always fooled myself to dig and keep going further, because I'm like, oh no, it's only this much is remaining, and I had the fight in me. But now I know the barrier is this thin, but I don't have the energy in the fight. So this is the thing. It's like, you cannot give up, and it's so hard, the journey. You cannot give up, but it's crazy how hard this journey is. But you just have to like keep freaking fighting and keep going. But yeah, that's it, man. This video is just me documenting my real like fucking thoughts and my real feelings and stuff right now. It is stressful. It's a lot of anxiety and stuff. And there's a lot of other identity and self-sabotage issues that are causing issues. And I'm going to film that also and make another video. This video is already like 35 minutes. So I'm just trying to get everything on footage and video, because I know for a fact I'm going to be a motherfucking success, bro. Like, phenom. But I just want this shit documented, real shit, so that every single one of you, when you're trying to make your delusion, you're on that path, you know exactly what to do, and you can compress your time frames. Like for me, September 4th is when I launched the ads, and September 29th now is when I'm like kind of making this. So like 25 days of like going back and forth of this, you can make that 3 days, 4 days. I'm figuring this out on my own, finding all these different like creators and like what they're saying, and old and new, and trying to find patterns and stuff. You don't have to do that. One video, this video is all you need. So that's it. I'm going to start posting reels now, and hopefully that works. And I'm thinking of like canceling cash on delivery and just putting prepaid, because anyway, like I'm on print on demand. It doesn't make sense for me to have like fraudulent orders and like risk the bad inventory and stuff. And it's organic sales. If somebody wants to buy, then they can pay and buy, and there's UPI and all this stuff. So that's it now. I guess just blast reels and get really good at like getting the reels and get really consistent with it. And to get consistent with it, I have to rewire my identity and be comfortable with being seen, and be like fix my other issues. So for that, you can watch the next video about self-sabotage. So peace out and make your dreams a reality.